Self-destruction deterrence. If you assume someone is considering suicide, obtain aid coming from a situation or self-destruction protection hotline. Ask concerning what occurs. In North Carolina, suicide protection info is uploaded online coming from the NC State Suicide Prevention Information Center, SUDININFOC.com, or coming from the North Carolina Department of Health Suicide Prevention Center. Suicide prevention services and services online is also accessible to aid people who are experiencing issues with clinical depression, stress, or self-destruction. Try the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 800-273-8255. Depression is classified as a state of mind problem. Other forms of depression have been discovered to have a comparable amount of unpleasant medical outcomes, as well as neurobehavioral and neuropsychological disorders. In grown-ups, anxiety is a psychological problem, implying a person does not have the ability to respond to certain adverse stimuli in any of their life patterns or to stay clear of certain concerns. The medical diagnosis of depression takes place a lot more regularly among particular demographics featuring individuals with a number of psychological health and wellness disorders. It might be described as emotions of despair, loss, or anger that meddle with a person's everyday activities. It might additionally be described as sensations of enjoyment and enjoyment, although these signs are not always the very same. It might look like an individual who is psychologically and emotionally anxious, while experiencing a person, like an unwell person, or a youthful individual, or a depressed person, or an individual who endures from craziness. Record coming from the though depression and pain allotment some function. Clinical depression is different coming from sorrow felt after losing a loved one or unhappiness experienced after a distressing life occasion. What's essential below is that both of these aspects overlap. For each styles of misery, the depressive condition can conjure solid sensations of depression. Nonetheless, it additionally sets off extra negative emotions, consisting of anxiety, e.g., dread or despair, and worry. For the pain conditions, some individuals may not also be conscious of this fact. Depression normally entails self-loathing or a loss of self-esteem, while despair typically does not. A lot of men possess troubles managing trouble, and it's not uncommon when this sort of situation takes place in the family members, especially little ones. This typically entails some notable stress featuring monetary battle and monetary problems. Because grief has an regrettable possibility to rise and frequently leads to the possible reduction of one's passion, there might not be improper or reliable means to manage it as an adult. In pain, good emotional states and happy moments of the dead typically follow sensations of psychological discomfort. We may interpret this in conditions of temper, disappointment and rage.